Hey guys, tactics time. A second. Okay, I'm ready. I think. No, something's missing here. Ah, yeah, this. This goes here. For example, this goes here and here. Okay. Okay, so I'm ready to do some tactics. Learn puzzles. Let's see. First puzzle. We have a pawn down. We're a pawn down. Yeah, so I guess white just took a pawn on c4. There's some knight f7 ideas, but they don't work because we have two pieces defending. And this queen might be in trouble, but there's no rook e8 never. This knight might be also in trouble. Yeah, actually rook a8 seems like a logical move. What else do we have? I don't see any nice jumps. Yeah, I cannot go attacking these weaknesses because of knight s7. I see that. But okay, let's calculate rook 88. What's going on? Rook 88, I attack this knight. And the knight doesn't have a lot of squares because it can't go to c4 anymore. So rook 88, what's white's answer? 94 I think is not possible because of rook f8. Yeah, rook f8 wins the knight. So if 94 is not possible, what's remaining? Bishop takes d5 is the only... because the knight doesn't have other squares to go to. They're all covered. Knight f5, I just take it, I guess. Okay, so rook 88, bishop takes d5. That seems the line. Bishop takes d5. If I take with the knight... no, that's bad. If I take with the pawn, the knight has b5. But if I take with the knight, there's... yeah, the knight has c4. And rook takes d6. I win. Yeah. Okay. I think this is the... this has to be the line. Rook 88, bishop takes d5, rook takes d6, and white resigns. Basically, we won a piece. Oh, Tatev is also doing tactics. Okay. If you want higher level tactics, go watch Tatev. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna move it. Rook 88. Yay! Knight f5, I take it, of course. Yeah, okay. Yes, 8 points. Yeah, I think the critical line was bishop takes d5, because if I take it back, I'm not winning any material. He always has an escape, and then rook takes d6 was necessary. The theologist, hello buddy. Okay, let's continue. Whoa, bishop takes d6, what an aggressive guy. So the threat is obvious. Queen h7 mate. Funny fact, bishop h7 is not mate. But okay, so either we start with a check or we start avoiding the mate. The thing is, if we take with the bishop, queen h8 is mate, so that's not an option. So Knight takes f6 would be an option. Okay, let's do a list of candidate moves, because our opponent's threat is so strong that it's easy to come up with a very short list of candidate moves. Knight takes f6 definitely stops both checkmates. Pawn takes here, queen h8, queen g7, queen e7. Okay, pawn takes here maybe stops the mate. I'm not so sure. It smells wrong, but it's a candidate move also. So pawn takes, knight takes, and of course the check, rook c1 is another candidate move. So those are the three candidate moves. Where do we start calculating? I would say rook c1 is the one that seems more logical, although maybe it's not, because yeah, after king f2 I don't have good checks, because queen c5 he has d4 or bishop d4. So maybe actually rook c1 is not, it's not the best. Yeah, the thing with knight takes f6, hey Sefa, the thing with knight takes f6 is we took a piece, so for example, if he takes back on f5, that's critical. Okay, my point is, if he takes on f6, I take the bishop on g6. But if he takes on f5, rook c1, I might have some queen c5 double check. You're at hospital. What happened? Are you okay? Okay, knight takes f6 has a point. You're helping. Okay. Good. Yeah, glad you're okay. I hope your grandpa is okay as well. Okay, so the good point about knight takes f6 is we start taking a piece, so we might end up material up, although it's not clear after bishop takes f5. The good point of pawn takes bishop is we're for sure a piece up. The only question is we get checkmated. So maybe this is the first move to calculate, yeah. And rook c1 doesn't win any material, so I'll leave that for the end. Let's start exploring f takes g6. It's a piece up for us, and if white does nothing, we're probably taking on f6 next. You have not much internet and not Wi-Fi at hospital. Okay, never mind, you can watch the videos later, I guess. So, okay, I think the only critical line then it's queen h8. Queen h8 check, king f7. It's very easy to calculate because it's straightforward. Queen g7, I assume. Queen h7 is probably the same. King here, queen e7 check, king here. Well done, Syndex. Okay, let me calculate the line. Let's see if I escape. Takes, check, check, king e6, king e7 check, queen king d5. There's no e4 check because I just take with the bishop. So eventually the check stops, the checks stop. Incredibly enough, with my king on d5, I think I'm safe. Yeah, okay. I think I don't see an immediate win, so I hope to be able to survive there, because his rooks are still uncoordinated and I can trade a pair of rooks. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. Yay! It was a solution. So the rating of this puzzle is 2189. Maybe it's a little bit high rated, a little bit overrated, I meant. Because it's not so hard. If you take here, after bishop takes, I think we're not winning any material. And if we do the check, then yeah, I don't know if trading or not, maybe just this, and how do we continue? This is a terrible check because of bishop d4 or d4. So not so difficult, this puzzle, because this line is very straightforward once you see this position. Well, maybe some people blunder here and go here, allowing this mate, I don't know. Let's continue. Okay, that king is asking to be checkmated, so how do we do this? How do we do this? So first move that I like is bishop e5 to prepare some queen g6 stuff. Maybe I have some other ideas, but let's start with this one. This one seems nice because there's no bishop d6 and the queen has to keep defending g7 because otherwise queen g6, queen g7 is mate. So not easy to keep g7 defended. I only see queen e7. Hey Kainbox, thanks for the raid, man. I only see queen e7 as a move, and that's something I like. I usually like forced moves. Just have to be careful with queen h4 thereafter. Now, queen g6 check, the problem is king g8. Of course, king h8, queen h6, well, it's more or less the same. You forgot while you were streaming. Okay, never mind. That happens. Queen e7, queen g6 check, king g8, and I'm not sure how to continue. Maybe bishop e5 is not that great as I assumed. Well, there's this check also in the first place, which I'm not sure what's... Yeah, I don't know what's the purpose of that check. Okay, let's go back to this line. And after queen e7, let's try to find something. Aha. It's a pity that our bishop is hanging and queen h4 is a huge threat. Otherwise, both h6 and rook f7 would be great moves after queen g6, king g8. Now rook f7 wouldn't be a threat either. Aha. So let's start with this check then, because if king g8, at least I have queen takes d5 check, which I'm not sure if that's good or not. Let's go back there. I feel I'm missing a winning idea. What's the winning trick here? Oh, whoa! I think I saw something. How did I do it? I can't remember. So my idea has to do with h6, but I don't know if starting first with h6 or queen check. Let's start with queen check. So king has to go. My idea is if king h8. If king h8 to play h6. Yeah, it should be winning if he goes rook g8. That's critical. And if not, I mean, if he takes on f6, I take back with check, and because the pawn is on h6, there's no blockade with his queen. So after queen f5 check, king h8, h6, pawn takes f6, queen takes f6 check, king, let's say king g8, although king h7 is the other line. I think they transpose. No, they don't. King h7 is clever. Ah, maybe I don't have anything. Yeah, maybe I don't have nothing there. Maybe I have nothing there. Yeah, I thought king g8, queen g6, king h8, rook f7, and that was great. Yeah, bishop e5 was my first idea so far, but I didn't see how to proceed after queen e7, which is the only move. Queen g6 check, king g8, and I don't see the wing there, because black is threatening to both take bishop and queen h4 check. So for example, if I if I do the stupid bishop takes g7, queen h4 is mate. So I'm not sure how to continue from that point. Bishop e5, queen e7, queen g6 check, king g8, and how do I continue? Because of queen h4 check and queen takes bishop, there's no time to go at h6 or rook f7 or anything like that. That's the problem. Un maestro is saying bishop takes g7 first. Okay, that might be sort of transposing to my idea, but yeah, it's obviously a good move. Bishop takes d7. Why didn't I consider this in the first place? Yeah, bishop takes d7 is obviously winning. Check there. Rook f7. Yeah, it's exactly the same idea I wanted to get in the other line, but easier, with the pawn still on h5. Yeah, bishop takes d7, king takes d7, queen g6 check, king h8, rook f7, and because black has no checks, black has to give up the queen, probably. Probably the best choice for black is giving up the queen. Which he could do in the first place going queen takes d7. So maybe the engine goes queen takes d7 after bishop g7. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's obviously winning. Okay, no, it does go for this line. Okay, good. Yeah, let me just show the other line. Bishop e5 line. The queen has to defend g7, because otherwise queen g6, queen g7 is mate. So the only move is queen e7. But after that only move, I don't see how white is winning anymore. Queen g6 check, king g8, and yeah, black has enough defense and counterplay. Okay, let's continue. Whoa. This comes from a crazy opening. What's going on here? So I see this move, hinting at ideas with check on f6, then rook e1. Rook e1 first doesn't work. Queen check. This queen check is nice. I think that's the solution. Wow, this reminds me of a game I played once, where exactly queen a5 check was the solution. Yeah, queen a5 check, I think, is winning material. The point is, if black goes to the e file, queen e5 check wins the rook. That's obvious, right? But if b6, then queen back to d5, attacking the rook, and the only way to defend it, rook b8, falls for queen e5, with forking the two rooks. So queen a5 check, queen d5, and take the rook. Okay. Tricky position. I mean, curious, at least curious. Yeah, this was, g6 was a blunder. Let's continue. Um, mhm. Okay. Is c6 useful for something? Yeah. I sort of want to make this work, but I guess it's stupid. Okay, c4 is another idea. The point is this knight doesn't have a lot of squares. I only see f4. So c4 is another idea. I only see f4 because, of course, knight f6 hangs the knight on e5. And there's no good follow-up there. But I missed knight e7 also. You cannot see my rating in tactics. Yeah, you cannot, exactly. Yeah, this happens because I changed the setup to show... Okay. Give me a second. Oopsie. Okay, I think I have it. Let me see. Now you should be able to see my... Yeah, you should be able to see my rating now. In tactics, that is currently 2518. Because goal is 2550, yeah. How much point you must take? A lot, a lot. I think I will not reach the goal today, but you never know if I solve all of them. I usually can do tactics very well for 1 hour, and I think I've done at most 2 hours, 2 hours tops. After already after 1 hour and a half, my brain is damaged or starts to not wanting to calculate. Anyway, here let's try to find some ideas. So this bishop is in that corner. Yeah, this position is weird. The bishop is defending this, so first idea that I thought was rook g3 to pin the bishop, but of course that's too slow. I think it's too slow. For example, f4, and what do I do? f4, rook g5 maybe, but rook f5 then, yeah, I have nothing there, I think. Oh no, rook f5, I take the rook. Okay, okay. Then rook g3, black must have something different than f4. But what if this knight just moves, like knight g4, for example? Yeah, I don't know. Rook g3 seems very, very slow. very slow. But yeah, but it was the first idea, of course. Seeing this, seeing the attack I have, basically. I have some pressure on this knight, some pressure on this knight, but I don't see how to use it. Now, this the situation of this bishop has to have some idea. Ah, rook b1, yes, yes. Yeah, because my deep ideas with c6 actually were to open the rook to enter d8 in the end of the line. But yeah, rook b1 is more immediate. Yeah, rook b1 is very, very annoying. Okay, the threat is obvious. The bishop is hanging, and let's say he tries to defend the bishop. Then rook b8 check, bishop f8 only move, and that's already very dangerous. If not losing a knight on e5 immediately. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I just win a piece with that. So yeah, rook b1 seems winning. I'm just wondering if I need to trade something first. I don't think so. Rook b1, bishop c6, and in that point I'm wondering if I have to knight c6 defend it. Rook b1, knight c6. Yes, it seems so. It seems so. It doesn't feel great, the position for black, but I already discarded that Cefa. I mean, maybe you weren't listening in that specific moment, but I already discarded rook g3. Okay, we can have a look at that again. I came up with several different moves for black, but I think knight g4 is the easiest, and I don't see how to win. I mean, rook g3 is slow because it's a very simple threat. Black has several ideas to stop it. I don't know. But maybe after maybe after knight g4 we go rook b8, rook b1. That would be funny. Okay, okay. I think the combination of both ideas work actually. Rook g3, knight g4, rook b1. If bishop c6, rook b8 check. I mean, there's no knight c6. That's the point. If rook b8 check, bishop f8, h3 wins a piece. Now, is knight g4 the only move against rook g3? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Okay, rook g3, the threat is obvious. There's two threats. Bishop takes e5 is one, rook takes d7 is the other. For example, against f4, rook takes d7. Or rook g5. Rook g5 seems also winning, because against rook f5 we trade and then take a piece on d5. So I guess f4 doesn't work. And okay, maybe knight g4 is the only move then. The knight has to move. And wait. Wait. Ah, yeah, my point is if knight c6, I can take on d5. But maybe that's not good enough. So rook g3, knight c6, rook takes d5, pawn takes, bishop takes. Yeah, and black is very pinned, but is this winning? Okay, the king cannot move, then the bishop cannot move, the rook cannot move, the knight apparently cannot move. That's a very funny position. That's a very funny position. After rook g3, knight c6, rook takes knight. It's a funny position, but what do I do, for example, after f4? I mean, what's my threat? If my threat is to take on f7, then I don't believe it, because I gave up. I gave up some material to do that. In the starting position, we're not very well. From a material point of view, we have rook for 3, a rook for 2 pieces. Yeah, a rook for 2 pieces. Yeah. So if we give up the exchange, we're a piece down. So regaining a piece is not enough. So I don't think that line is especially great, even if with the subs one we get to regain 1 piece. Yeah, I don't know. I would be more comfortable with a strong checkmate threat or something in that line. Hello, Teciolaza. Is it wins to take a pawn? What? Rook b1 is definitely a forcing move. I like it. Knight c6 is forced. Then we might take on d5. And go to e1. How about that? How about this? Rook b1, knight c6, bishop d5, pawn takes d5, rook e1. How's that working? I think that should be winning a piece at least. I think that should be winning a piece at least, because rook e8 check is a strong threat to win the bishop on e8, but if he saves it like with bishop b7, then rook e8 anyway, bishop f8, rook g3 check, and we win a piece. So I like this maneuvering here. Rook b1, forcing knight c6. Take on d5 then. He can't take with the bishop now, has to take with the pawn. Then we go rook e1. That's a pendulum maneuver with the rook. And then if he goes bishop f8 first, we go rook e8 anyway. threatening the bishop on a8 and threatening transposing basically to the other line. Okay, I like this. So first question is knight c6 the only move against rook b1? Yeah, I think we considered the other lines and we were winning a piece at least. So I think so. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it, guys. No, knight f4. This is... okay. 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 Check. Check if bishop f8, rook g3. I'm wondering what happens after rook f8. Rook f8, we take with something. But knight h3 is check, so have to be careful. Rook b8 check, rook f8. Gets tricky. If bishop f8, knight takes h3. That's not so easy. Rook b8 check, rook f8, rook takes f8 check, bishop takes f8, rook g3 check, bishop back to g7. And we're not up on material. Ah no, because we take on e5. Yeah. So bishop back to g7 is not... Yeah, okay, the knight is hanging in the end. So we're gonna be an exchange up. Okay. Do I have something better? Probably not. For example, rook g3, knight e2 check. Nah. Let's go. Yeah, but rook takes rook is the move here, I think. This is tricky. Bishop takes, knight takes, yeah. No! Okay, that's a lie. That counter has to be used more. Ah! This is not so bad actually. Fuck. Wasn't that it wasn't that hard to see this. Anyway. Hey Sivanetti, long time no see. Why didn't I calculate this line? So what was wrong here? Oh, 92. Ah, I'm so stupid. Here, 92. Yeah. You love that no? I have several no's. I have a good track of them, a good history. So I'm below 2500 again. Okay, let me show just one very little detail with this line at the beginning of the line. So rook b1, okay, black went knight f4, but I will say no in the next puzzle probably. But against knight c6 that defends the b8 square, I think this was good. Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook here, and I think we're winning a piece. The point is bishop f8, rook g3 check, and we're winning this piece. Anyway, 22 points that I lost. Start over. Okay, let's forget about the previous one. Let's focus on this King's Indian defense position. It seems so, at least. But it comes from a Sicilian, okay. So what's going on here? Why is queen c2 a bad move? Well, I guess the queen is... Okay, first forcing move is this one, of course. So the question is the queen trapped? For example, knight takes, queen takes, knight g3, forking, rook and queen, and if he takes bishop f5, and I think the queen is trapped, but am I giving... It's just 2 pieces for the queen, that's a great trade, right? I think I'm trapping that queen. So after knight g3 I'm probably taking an exchange. Yeah, supernatural, yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I think it's more or less obvious. But again, more or less obvious doesn't usually apply in this level of puzzles. So no problem, because at this pace I'm gonna reach an easier level very soon. Oh, damn it. Fuck. There must be a stronger threat here. Yeah. Shoot. Let me go back here and try to understand. I'm never trapping the queen if the queen can go back, right? Why are we so blind? I mean, knight e3 was the only logical move. Oh man. Let's see the next one. 24/70. I should change the title of the stream. give me a second. Title. Okay. What do we have here? Is this a great move? I mean, queen a4 attacks the bishop on d7, plus keeps this under fire, so there's no queen c7. And okay, maybe there's rook d8 or castle long to defend the bishop. Maybe there's a defense, but my point is if bishop takes b5, there's knight takes b5, which is huge. It's huge. It's winning a piece at least. So against queen a4, what happens with rook d8 or long castle? Let's take, for example, rook d8. Maybe I go knight b5 again. I mean, I trade and I go knight b5. Trade, knight b5. Nah, not so good. So maybe I was too optimistic about this queen a4 idea. Queen a4, rook d8. Yeah, no. And what if I do... Okay, maybe this is too crazy, but it's definitely a forcing line. Bishop takes d7, king takes, queen a4 check. There's no way to block because the bishop is on d4, so the king has to move. Where does the king go? Yeah, no, that's too crazy. King e7. That cannot work. Can never work. My point was to follow up with knight b5, but yeah. It feels dangerous for black, but I'm not sure how to continue. For example, after king e7, knight b5, bishop e5 or bishop f6. Maybe rook c1, rook a c8, rook fd1. Yeah, no. There must be something easier than that. What can be easier than that? Okay, now I see something easier than that. And actually, it's very stupid. Bishop takes, king takes, knight a4. Obviously. Queen b4 only moved to defend the bishop, a3. Queen c still, queen c4 only moved to defend the bishop, rook c1. And in the end I take the bishop, right? It was not as easy as I thought, but the point is, whenever I take the bishop, I defend the knight, so there's no queen a5, queen a6. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Here, I take and defend the knight. Okay. No, I'm not accepting challenges currently. That command is not working today. I'm doing tactics. We should change that. Okay, this comes from an opening. Let's see the whole game actually. F5, A4, knight e4, B4 attacking the bishop, and knight takes f3 is black's reply. And apparently that's a mistake. Well, we're in check, so not a lot of legal moves, and g takes f is the obvious. So it attacks two bishops. So I cannot believe there's any other move. I guess we need to figure out what to do after queen h4, but again, there's no other first move. So queen f6 instead of queen h4. Then we can take a bishop here. Bishop f3. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting actually. I guess we take, and after bishop takes we go bishop g5. That must be it. We have queen d1 against queen c1 check. And if then queen b2 we have knight d2. Yeah, I guess that must be it. Because of course we cannot take this because of the checkmate. So this must be it, bishop g5 here. Yeah. Okay, good. Next. Bishop takes e4. And what do we have here? Okay, that bishop is a little bit annoying, and the point of course is if we take, he takes with the queen attacking this, but we have queen e2. But the material equal, how are we, a pawn down? Yes. So the question is, what happens if we attack the queen somehow? You know, because the queen is the only defender to the bishop, so how to do it, I'm not sure, because with this we might get, we might give too much material for the queen, but with this also not. Okay, g3 allows queen f5, then still g4, and after queen back to f4, knight h3, queen f3. And that's no good, I think. And if we go knight h3 first, after queen f5, we have rook f1. Queen g6. Okay, at least that line makes more sense than the other, because in the other there was also queen g6, and it was even worse because then we lose the rook. Queen check on h5? Nah, I don't believe that. Queen check, why would we do that check? I think any king move is good. Okay, maybe not any, but king f8 or king e7, and so you give the line queen h5, king f8, knight e2, queen f5, knight g3. Knight g3 to forget bishop. Okay, okay. Good point, knight e2, yeah. So it's necessary queen h5? If we start with knight e2, there's a check on h4, but we have g3, queen g4, h3. Queen f3, no, queen f3 is wrong because of rook f1, but queen f5, and we don't have knight g3 because we put a pawn on g3. Okay, okay, okay. So now I see your point. Queen h5 check first, and then knight e2. That's actually very clever. That's very clever. Yeah, we're also protecting h4. So we're forcing the queen to go to f5 on the square. Yeah, it should work. Well done, boys. Well done. Okay, rook e1. I mean, okay, first idea is obvious, but let's try to understand the whole position, because it cannot be that easy. And actually there's two to choose. Two moves to choose from with that idea. So the material count is we're a pawn down. No, we're equal. Okay, so winning an exchange should be okay. D5 is hanging, so we might have some. So okay, I really like bishop takes d4 much more than bishop h2, and the point is two ideas. Bishop takes d4 first. First idea is we take a pawn. Second idea is we take on e1 with check. And if, for example, bishop takes d4, king f1 defending the rook, then we cannot take a free piece because our queen is hanging. Wait. Bishop takes d4, checking f1. Bishop d3 check. Bishop d3 check. Okay. So he can't go king f1. So then bishop takes d4 is nice. Whoa, Waze Monsters, thank you for the beats. Thank you, buddy. 200 beats. That's nice. Okay, so bishop takes d4 check. I like it a lot. If I was white, I would take back with the bishop, to both attack and defend. And then after queen takes e1, check in h2. As long as we don't get killed, we're an exchange and a pawn up. So maybe the puzzle ends there, or maybe white has a strong move, a strong threat, because it's our move. Yeah, the threat is rook b8. Well, against rook b8 we always have rook c to c8, but the problem might be queen takes d5 then. Our queen is on the e-file, so bishop e6 still defends. Okay, I don't feel terribly scared in this position, but I'm getting tired to calculate, so I'm not gonna go too deep in this one. Okay, it was easier than expected. Thankfully, I didn't want to go deeper in this position, because this is these are the two threats to consider, and I think we have enough resources. Or simply queen back to e8, you mean? No, I think in this position we have for sure several moves, but I don't know what to start with. I don't know, maybe I would do something like rook e8. Still a lot to play here, but of course we're on an exchange and a pawn up, so how can this puzzle have a rating of 2152? I don't know, maybe, well, first of all, I think many people might blunder with bishop h2, which also wins an exchange, and there's a huge difference between the two of them, but for many people might seem equal or similar, but I don't know. So that's my guess, that many people go for bishop h2 instead of bishop takes d4, saying, okay, I don't want this bishop attacking here, so I will do it this way, and I'm an exchange up, and this should be winning. The problem here is, well, we don't take a pawn, but the other problem is here white has the initiative and can go immediately for something like this, or this, and we don't have rook f8 because of this bishop here, so yeah, maybe this is the blunder some people commit. And the other thing is, in the actual solution here, I didn't want to calculate more, but I wasn't sure at all about how to assess this position. It's still very complicated. We have all the dark squares weak, and he has a dark square bishop on d4. Yeah, I don't know. White's pieces are active. We don't have a dark square bishop to attack, so it's not obvious how to attack. Yeah, still not easy. From the material point of view, it's gorgeous, but not easy to assess the position anyway. Salah says, can we analyze this quick game and figure out how good my cheat is? If you don't mind, I do it when I end the tactics session, not to break it. Okay, let's see this one. Knight took on f7, and after king takes f7, I guess his idea is to take on g6. And if I castle or I go rook f8, yeah, I don't know. Bishop g6 as well. It's 9 moves anti-chess. Yeah, but it's, you know, the theme of the stream is tactics, and I'm doing tactics. So if I do an exception with you, I have to do an exception with everyone, and yeah, sorry, it's my stream. But after the tactics, I can do it. Okay, knight takes f7, then we have a problem. First question is, can I take it? I think that's the first question. it feels dangerous, because after bishop takes d6, the queen can come to a, well, it seems like losing. So, okay, we can start with a check. That's one point. That will prevent queen f2 in the future. So starting with this check, I like it. And that also gives us the e7 square for the king to start running also. Yeah, I think bishop h4 has to be the good direction if we are going to take the knight. Now, if we are not going to take the knight, I don't know what to play, because against any move that I come up with, bishop takes d6 is gorgeous for white, even knight d6. Okay, so bishop h4 check, king moves, and next move has to be king takes knight, otherwise knight e6. And then bishop takes d6, king e7. King e7 maybe dropping our bishop. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I cannot. I will not think more. And the thing is, I'm gonna run to d8. Easy? I'm not sure if this is easy. Yeah, okay, this is easy. And let's say this first. Well, it transposes if he goes here after king e7. Yeah, okay. Let's continue. 2500, finally back back to 2500. So when I started this stream, I had 2501. so I'm still in negative. Okay, winning by pinning. What about winning by pinning? Yeah, g3, I guess. Maybe the other ping is better. I don't know. I don't see a difference for my queen. Yeah, I can change the title back because I changed it a moment ago. Thankfully, you cannot change the title, Sefa. Pimp Jesus, thanks for the follow, man. Okay, what are we doing here? Queen d6 or queen c7, there's g3 only move, right? I think. And I win an exchange. So the only tricky part is to go to c7 instead of d6 to avoid queen c8 check, right? I guess that's the only trick. Ah, because of knight f5. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Queen d6 would be a mistake, because after g3 takes, queen c8 check, king g7, knight f5 check. Okay, so it wasn't that hard. You just need to realize that this is not good. Let's continue. I see a fork. I see a fork on d4 and a running king. I'm not sure if it's a draw or if I'm winning. And I think to myself, What a difficult endgame. Okay, let's calculate. Check there, here. He's never gonna promote, but okay, so I have to calculate. I think the key point is after knight e4 checking a6, knight takes bishop. Let's say king takes a7. I probably have to go king c7, a5. No, sorry, not a5. I think the key point is if he goes g3. Ah, no, if he goes g5, if he goes g5, do I have time to push h5? That's one point. And the other point is, do I take on g5 and go for smother mate, and do I have time to do it? That's a lot to calculate. I mean, I guess there's no other way to win, so the first move is obvious. Yeah, exactly, Salah. I mean, in a real game, I should calculate from here, from this point. I know the first move is obvious, but if g5, knight takes g5, that's a good point. That's a good point. Because at that point he has 1, 2, 3, 4 moves to self-stalemate. 4 moves. And I can give him an additional move if necessary, just moving my king out. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 to promote. Okay, so I guess that's right. That's right. If g5, knight takes g5, pawn takes, a5, g4, a6, g3, king a8, g2, a7, and I cannot promote. I have to go king b6, important, king b6, king b8, I promote, he promotes, I checkmate. But that's very close. But that's very close. But yes, knight takes g5. That's cute. Okay, I buy it. I buy the line. No, it's solved. No, it was. I mean, you had to calculate this. It's not that obvious, right? It's not that obvious because if I promote, it's a stalemate, and if I go out, it's a draw again. I have to go king b6, allow the promotion, and of course, an engine will promote to a knight, but it will be checkmate anyway in a few moves. I think this is what you have to see before you play the line. But yeah, if it's solved already, it's not so hard puzzle. Yeah, okay, let's continue. So let's change the title. Let's change the title again. I'm gonna change it back to what it was. Okay, what do we have here? We have a hanging rook on d2. I like it. Okay, Sefa, see you later. No problem. Save your internet. Save your connection. Oh, sorry, I was looking for my dog. Okay, so rook takes d2. What happens if we take the rook? What's going on here? In this position we're a piece down, but if we take the rook and he takes, we have the rook for 2 pieces. Always make the same mistake twice. What? G4 is suggested. G3, sorry. Bishop e4, knight d2. I guess you mean queen d2. I guess you mean queen d2 in that line. So okay, I guess the two bishops are better than the rook for sure. So it would be nice if we get something else than just giving the knight for the rook. So g3 is a good attempt to take the rook for free and not for the knight. And yeah, the thing is, after bishop e4 we have queen takes d2, so we take the rook for free. So what other choices does black have in this position? If bishop e4 does not work, bishop e4 does not work, I don't see anything else. If queen d2, oh yes, if queen d2, queen f3. Ah, knight d2 because the queen is hanging on f4. I forgot about the queen hanging. Yeah, you are right. All of you are right with this one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Blech. Okay, that rook is not going to go very far from the first rank, so I don't know what rook b1 is. So okay, the rook was hanging on e1. That explains the last move, because this knight is hanging here. So if I take here, he takes here, and yeah, takes d5, knight takes d4 is an idea. I want to play with the back rank. I just don't know how. Well, queen here is another idea. Yeah, but queen e7 is... yeah, I don't know the follow-up. I mean, let's say he defends. My knight's still hanging. If I take the bishop, he takes my knight. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, it chips. After h3, I don't see anything special for us. So queen e7 seems too slow. If only we could improve that. What is that, waste monsters? Rook d8. What are you saying, man? Waste monsters is white, is black to win, not white. Okay, 97 is fancy, yes, I agree with that. 97 is fancy. It's attacking 2 pieces, so it seems winning. It seems winning because it defends the threat. Yeah, I think 97 is probably the move. Knight rook e1, we can take any of the bishops. Knight e7, rook e1, we can take any of the bishops. For example, knight takes d5, rook e8, queen e8. He can't take the knight because of queen e1 mate. But we can also take on a3, so yeah, rook e1 is not good. Yeah, knight e7. It's a fork. This is a fork. This is a double attack. Yeah. Okay, not a fork, but a double attack. And yeah, rook e1, we can take either of any of the bishops. For example, this one. Because this prevents queen d5. But we can also start taking this. I mean, bishop c6 is still not possible, so yeah, rook e1 didn't work. Knight e7, bishop c6, no, but bishop c6, we take it. We take it. Okay, 1 point for this one. Let's continue. Something's going on f7, right? Check, check there. Check there, check. I want to check here, and after rook takes, check on d8. But maybe I'm being too fancy. Oh, I think there might be a 96 fork incoming there. And then we run exchange up, right, in the end. Check. Maybe he doesn't take with the rook. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Queen h4, queen h4, h5 maybe? Actually, against queen h4, if I was black, I would probably go bishop g7 and play with the idea that with the bishop on g7 you are never checkmating. Queen takes h7, king f8, and the king is mysteriously safe. Maybe not, because f7 you know. But yeah, queen h4, I think simply h5 or probably even bishop g7, as I mentioned. But what about this? Bishop f7, my idea is if rook takes, rook d8 check, he can't take with the queen because of the mate in 2. So the other only legal move is rook f8 is mate, and the third legal move, knight king g7, knight e6 check, only move king h6, and queen h4 is mate. So after bishop takes f7, he can't take the bishop. Now, if he can't take the bishop, I like it. I like the position. But how do we finish him off after, let's say, king h8? Queen takes f7 is possible. Rook takes rook f8. Wow, that's very fancy. Bishop f7, king h8. That cannot work. That cannot be real. Luvamon, thanks for the follow. This cannot be real. Bishop takes f7, king h8. What was my idea again? Maybe I start with queen takes. No, because then rook d8 is not possible. No. Check, 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 check. No, that doesn't work. Check. Check. Take. Yeah, maybe I can start with queen takes. Queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes. No, king h8. Oh man, I'm starting to collapse and mix lines in my head. Okay, bishop takes f7, at least I know he cannot take. But queen takes f7 is also interesting. Queen takes f7, bishop takes, king h8. Yes, and Lundis is also right. I didn't want to say it, but it's overwhelming me. That knight takes f7 is also a move. However, it's not so forcing as others, so I guess it's not so great. Like with knight takes f7, for example, king g7, and the knight cannot jump to e6 anymore, so after king g7 we probably don't have initiative. Okay, let me think again. Bishop takes f7, he cannot take it. King g7 and king f8 are terrible moves, so king h8. Let's go with that line. Let's go with this line. I think this is the only critical line to see if bishop f7 works. And then I had a crazy idea in my mind, but I can't remember anymore. Bishop takes g6 is one idea. Yeah, just the bishop anywhere, anywhere, because queen f8 is going to be mate. Yeah, bishop takes d6 or bishop d5 or even bishop e8, no. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna do it. King g7. Okay. Okay. I guess that's enough, because after we take the exchange, we're threatening rook d7, and that's a very strong threat, actually. Queen moves, rook d7 anyway, and that king is in trouble. Or do we have any more clever move here? Yeah, I don't see it. I'm gonna go for this. Yes, okay. So this is very strong, and yeah, maybe still defending it with the bishop. Let's say here, but that defends the other bishop. Yeah, this undefends the other bishop, so there might be some issues with this. Okay, yeah, I don't know. not so clear. Dereito, thanks for the follow, man. So king h8, I think any bishop move is good. For example, bishop takes d6, king f8 mate idea. Yeah, it chips. I wanted to see this line. So yeah, maybe because we can take another free pawn, maybe the engine prefers other lines. This is a strong threat, and yeah, also the rest of ideas. Queen f6 is risky. Queen f6 is risky. Blackout, because that's, yeah, you know, it's a risky sacrifice. Let's put it that way. And let me show quickly the lines. Queen h4 also. Here you say queen h4. Yeah, it can also be. This allows some checks, so we need to be careful with that. But yes, probably winning. Hackpook, thank you for the follow. But yeah, probably queen h4 also works. Gotta be careful with the checks though. For example, let's say queen c5 check, and where do we go? Here there's bishop e5 check, and here there might be some sacrifices to try to go for perpetuals. There's rook e2 check. So yeah, I mean, things to calculate with queen h4. We allow some initiative. Okay, never mind. Let me show very fast the lines with rook takes. And I think the important thing here was rook d8, exactly. Rook d8 check. And if queen takes, there's mate in 2. So king g7, but then 96 check, and then only legal move allows mate. So it's not even about taking this queen here. It's about the mate. And yeah, so every line leads to mate. This is also the mate. So rook takes f7 is mating 3. Okay, let's continue. We're under check. So rook takes, rook takes, rook takes check. That's one line to calculate. We are a pawn up. The pawn is the side of the board. It might be winning or not. That's what I would do in bullet immediately. However, I guess we need to calculate here. I mean, taking 2 pieces for the rook and being that pawn up seems like the right call. Do we have something else though? Yeah, every other move, every other legal move seems dangerous or stupid. Like king g8 seems stupid. King f6 or any of these seem dangerous. Like, yeah, okay, we can discard this, right? All those we can discard because this rook hangs. So that leaves us with these moves. And, well, actually, this is also dangerous because this check, yeah. And this is very stupid, right? Yeah, I'm discarding king g7. And I'm discarding also king f8 because of the check. That check is not possible. I'm blind. I'm blind. Okay, so we have these 2 moves. And yeah, this is interesting because it might not be that terrible for us, because how does he defend the bishop? Rook c4 allows rook takes knight. But rook c4 might be a good defense. Let me show. For example, king f8, let's say. Rook c4, rook takes knight check, king e5. Or even king f4. And the thing is, I would like to be an exchange up, but if it's the knight. If it's the bishop, what is left? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take the knight. Rook takes, rook takes, rook takes with check. King moves, let's say king d4, and we either go rook c2 to attack the pawns, or rook a3 to defend our pawn. I think that endgame is winning. It has to be. It has to be. Worst case scenario, he defends the pawns with the king, and then we do the typical maneuver to approach with our king. We first push the pawn so that the rook is tied to our pawn, and then we get the king closer, and yeah, there's some scenarios where it can be a draw, but king f8, rook f4, king e7, king e4, king f8, rook f4, king e7. I'm not sure about king e7, maybe king g8, but okay, I see your point. King e7, king e4. Yeah, actually that's a good point, Mary. If we allow rook f4 check followed by king e4, white is out of danger. So that's actually the bailing out idea white has. So it's either king g8, not allowing the check, or rook takes. I think rook takes is winning. I'm trying to recall the ways to draw this kind of position. But yeah, from a theoretical point of view, it should be winning. I will not calculate everything, so let's do it. And I failed, so king g8 is the solution. And after rook c4, we said we had this. And this is exactly the endgame I didn't want to play. Oh man, this is tough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Hey Fisher, what's up? Damn it. Yeah, the thing is here we're an exchange and a pawn up. So it's actually not so hard to see that this is great. Yeah. But in my mind I discarded this. That's interesting how the mind works. Because I think this position is very complicated from a practical point of view, at least for me. While this one, I think I will win this against most opponents. Yeah, but I guess it's a draw. Yeah, let's move on. I don't want to stop there. H takes g3. Let's see. Well, I guess we can have some ideas of checkmate. For example, rook takes f2. Or some ideas trapping white's queen? No, I don't think so. There's no way we can go to... No, there's no way we can trap that queen. So rook takes f4 is my first candidate move. And it's actually not so hard. I mean, rook a8 check, king f7, there's no more checks. And we're threatening queen g3 with mate. And if he takes on f2, we take on g3 with mate. So yeah, it's very easy, this one, right? King f7. I mean, I can block with here, but then there's no more attack. So I failed. No. Why? Why me? Oh yeah, I missed bishop h5. Oh, shoot. Okay. Bishop b8, I don't like it at all. I mean, bishop b8, rook takes b8, and then he takes my rook on f2. So I'm not sure at all in this position. I'm not sure what is the move. I don't want to go back. I mean, read the chat before. No, you. First of all, you're not always right, and secondly, if you're always right, I would be mad at you. And third, and probably most importantly, there's a delay of 20 seconds on Twitch, so sometimes when you write something, I already failed the puzzle. I don't want to play rook f8, but rook f8 has to be the solution. Why not going back? Because, you know, I was checkmating and now I'm probably checkmating anyway. Again, seriously. So I don't even have queen g3. So I needed to assess this position and understand this is winning. Well, actually, bishop g4 is a very stupid move. Was it required, bishop g4? I don't understand. Why was bishop g4 required? It's just because of my threat of going back here? Like, for example, knight takes b6, going back here. Is this that strong? Actually, bishop takes g3 is also a threat. This is also a threat, yes. Okay. I don't know. I'm I'm losing a lot of points here. Rook takes f2, does not work. Knight takes g3, does not work. Knight d, well, this, queen d5, bishop d5. Ah, the knight is defending g2. Wait. So I wanted to do this with this idea. Actually I can do it. Actually I can do it because the rook is defending. The rook is defending f3. So yeah, this was easy. Okay, let's continue. Bishop d7. Okay. I would love to force this queen to move to be able to play bishop f6, but then there's bishop e6. So maybe that's not even that strong as I thought. Anyway, rook g1. The queen does not have, I mean, it's defended, so the queen does not have a lot of moves, but it has one check, so that's annoying. Bishop f2? Nah, queen back to f6. Rook d1, queen h4, check, king d1? Not sure. Double rook sack? I cannot do it. I cannot do that. I mean, I have the rooks. My rooks are defended everywhere, so it's not easy for me to sack the two of them. I mean, rook g1, he's not gonna take my rook. What are you saying? King d2 in the first place? Isn't that too slow? What was that? This Dr. Snipper. Thanks for the follow. King d2 in the first place? Whoa. That must be too slow. That must be too slow. I mean, he has time to go out of the ping. I'm not sure if he can castle, but king f8 at least. No, king d2 is too slow. Okay, candidate moves. Rook here does not work, as far as I can tell. So rook g1. Can I only come up with that move? Oh, I have the best move in the position, king f2. Now, let's be serious. Hey, John, hello. So rook g1, I expect queen h4 check. Long castle. Yeah, I can long castle. But again, that's the same as king d2. It's too slow. Long castle, he unpings, keeping the bishop defended, and being able to bring a rook to e8. Maybe he unpins to this side. I mean, am I trapping the queen? Let's say castle, king f8, rook g1, king f5, queen f5. How am I trapping the queen? How am I trapping the queen? Because if bishop g4, this queen takes d5. And let's say the king went to the other side, so the d7 bishop is defended. You say bishop e4, but bishop e4 isn't there f3? Bishop e4, f3? I don't see how I trap the queen. Maybe it feels, it smells. Maybe there's a way to trap it, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. No. Let's say the line with king d8, Fisher. Let's say the line with the bishop defended, because otherwise even bishop g4 wins instead of bishop e4. Let's say the bishop is defended. Let's say, again, castles, king d8, rook g1, queen f5, bishop e4, f3. Short castle. No one can short castle in this position. Rook is hanging on d1 in that line. No, the rook is on g1, Waste Monsters. We played long castle and then rook from d to g1. It's not hanging in that line. But anyway, the bishop on d7 is defended, so that line does not work. Yeah, but I don't see your line, Mary. Long castle, bishop g4, you say bishop g4 is such a terrible move? We take it, and after f3 we go queen e3. Or bishop e3? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not that terrible, bishop g4. No, bishop g4... Yeah, that's a good point by Mary. I think long castle allows that trade. Allows that trade with bishop g4. That's a very computer-esque move, but it seems to work. Anyway, I didn't like long castle in the first place, so let me go back to my line. Rook g1, queen h4 check. But it doesn't work. There must be something here. Yeah, Mary, but we were saying king d8 instead of king f8. So that after bishop e4 there's f3. But anyway, you are already saying the line with bishop g4 that works for black, so why would you go king f8? This is tough. Bishop f2, I like that idea. Yeah, I like that idea. So bishop f2, queen f6, if bishop h4, g5. I think that might be the defense for black against bishop f2. Bishop f2, queen f6. And then if bishop h4, there's g5. Yeah, also queen e5. Yeah, I thought queen f6 just to avoid trades, but yeah, queen e5 also works, I think. So yeah, bishop f2 is too slow. Aha, Fischer has an idea. After queen takes g4, bishop f6 in that line. But then bishop e6, right, Fischer? Is it deadly? Bishop e6 is necessary then? Okay, let's see that line. So castles, bishop g4, bishop takes g4, f3 check, queen e3. Yeah, queen takes g4, bishop f6, bishop e6. Pawn takes e6. bishop takes f6, and I don't see we're checkmating. I don't see we're checkmating there. And we just traded pieces. If we take on f7, he takes with the king, and then we're even worse, I think. Yes, it's traded, because we take on e6, he takes our bishop on f6, man. Bishop e6, I'm saying, against bishop f6, guys. Bishop f6, he has to play bishop e6. If we take on e6, he takes on f6. There's no bishop e6. Okay, let me. Sorry, guys. I'm missing something here. Long castle. Okay, so we were in the line with bishop g4. Okay, you are right. You are right, guys. And this is already a reminder that I should stop doing tactics. I'm starting to miss very obvious things. Okay. So long castle, bishop g4. And we were saying bishop takes g4, f3 check, queen e3, queen takes g4, and bishop f6. Okay, so there's no bishop that can go to e6, and the queen will not go to e6, and there's no ping for our queen. Okay, so bishop g4 does not work. Then what about king d8? Then the line that I like for... I mean, first of all, if long castles works, which I'm not sure, then why king d2 does not work? I mean, it's virtually the same. I understand it's not the same, but has the same idea. So after long castle, king d8, how do we win? Okay, let's continue with the obvious line, rook g1. So Lundis has a line. Okay, let me end up with this one. Queen f5, bishop e4, f3. I'm stuck in the same place as I was before. Okay, let me have a look at Lundis line. Because, yeah, it starts with rook g1, which is my preferred move. So queen h4 check, king d2, he says. Okay, I saw that. Threatening to both win the bishop and trap the queen. How is that? What is our threat? I'm not sure. King d2 is threatening to both win the bishop and trap the queen. I'm not sure about that statement. Yeah, but rook h1 and g1, the queen always has f1, f5. And additionally, black has a free move, so after king d2, maybe black solves some problems, like for example, I don't know how, but let's say king d8 again. Rook g4 trap the... no, rook g4? How does rook g4 trap the queen when there's a bishop on d7? Okay, let's see the line. Rook g1, check, king d2. Okay, Fischer, I'm gonna watch that line after this one. Queen h4, check, king d2. Let's say king d8, for example. Rook back to h1, what else? King back to g5, queen back to g5, let's say. Rook dg1, queen to f5, and it's very similar to the line that Fischer is giving, but the king is on d2 instead of c1 in this line. So it's very similar. They're almost transposing, And it definitely transposes to the line with king d2 instead of long castle. Bishop g4 then. Bishop g4 then. So rook g1, queen check. There's queen f5 also. The check is not necessary. But queen f5, there's bishop g4. Yeah, I'm too tired. How to refute bishop f2 with queen e5 legend, and with queen f6 also. Okay, let's go back to this line then. Queen h4. But bishop f2, you lazy there. Bishop f2, queen f6, and I don't think that's great. We're running out of threats, and black starts to have threats. So again, rook here, queen check, king d2. What was the line I was going to see? King d8, rook h1. No, this line I already saw. Let me see the Fischer's suggestion after king d8. So long castle, king d8, rook dg1, queen f5, bishop e4, f3, queen e3, and he says the queen is trapped. You say the queen is trapped. Is it? I'm trying to understand the difference between king d2 and long castle, and having a look at the moves of the game. Castling is legal, so no. Bishop g5 with monsters. I thought about bishop g5, but I think it doesn't work. For black, you mean? Bishop g5, we take it with the rook, right? No, you're totally wrong, Khalid. You're totally wrong. The puzzle might be 2-3 steps, but those 3 steps, you cannot get them if you don't see the whole line. No, we take on g5 in the end of the line. I think that line works for white, but I'm trying to understand why king d2 is not exactly the same. Hey Enrique, thanks for the follow. We're seeing several lines that seem to work, so we're obviously missing something. The difference is that black doesn't have queen f5 in the castle's line. Yes, black has. It's actually the line we're considering. It's exactly the line we're considering. Let's go back again. Castles, king d8, rook g1, queen f5. It's exactly that. Guys, after this puzzle, I'm gonna finish. Bishop g4 does not work then because the rook is not covering the g4 square. But we are not playing bishop g4, we're playing bishop e4. Against queen f5. What about rook h5? What? What about rook h5? Okay, let's say black takes. What's your follow-up? Legend. Okay, so I need to choose between rook g1, castles, and king d2. And apparently castles and king d2, we didn't find a good answer for black, so probably I will go there instead of rook g1. But yeah, yes, Rike, I mean, if I see the both lines are similar, are the same, of course in a game I go for castle, but I know this is a puzzle, I know the solution should be unique, and I know one of the two moves is wrong, and I know I'm not understanding what's the difference between the two moves, that's the problem. Theodorus votes for rook g1. Rook g1 is more forcing, actually it's my preferred choice, but yeah, exploring the lines seems not so strong as castle or king d2. But castling and king d2, they're slow. Black has ways to play. Yeah, Theodorus. The problem is after rook g1, queen h4 check, I'm not sure who's threatening whom. I'm not sure who has the initiative. But yeah, a key difference is in this line rook g1, queen h4 check, we go king d2, there's no queen f5, there's no immediate queen f5, and we might find some different tricks, some different ideas that we didn't see yet. John Jong, I'm not sure if I understand you. Rook g1, bishop g4? Are you saying that? We take it. We take the bishop. Long castle, can black go long castle? That's risky. Be oh, it's not risky. Is it risky? Yeah, I think it's risky because black is losing the bishop on e7, right? In that line with monster. We start attacking the queen until the queen stops defending e7. If king d2, there is queen g2 check. What? Are you trolling me? Rook g1, queen h4, king d2, king d8, rook h1. Yeah, but then we're repeating Lundis. We're in the same line as if we start with king d2 or even with castle. Okay, I have no clue, guys. I have absolutely no clue, and I have no brain either. So this is gonna be a random. We can do a poll. We can do a poll on the chat. Help me lose points. If rook g1, what's wrong with queen takes h6? That's a good point. But bishop f6, I think, is the problem. We're basically trying to lure the queen away from the f6 square. So if rook g1, queen h6, bishop f6, queen f8 still. Huh. We already saw that line, Mary, and the thing is, that line, we didn't see the difference between that line and king d2. Plus, against long castles, we understood bishop g4 is not good for black, so we were thinking king d8. Okay, guys, it's poll time. Tell me in the chat, because I have no clue with this puzzle. Castle, long castle, king d2 or rook g1, those are the options. Khalid says castle. Croxy says make a move. Alfie says castle. Fisher says castle. John says castle. Chip says castle. Lundi says rook g1, but it's the only one. Rike castle. Guguru rook g1. Achelon castle. Okay, guys, I'm gonna castle. It's by far the most agreed solution. Bishop g4, we understood it's not good. Okay, this is what I don't like, because I still don't understand this puzzle. So, okay, I see why this is great for white. But instead of bishop g4, what happens with king d8? What's the refutation? So this was right. What Fisher said. This is the line where we think we are trapping the queen, right? I played it right. Let me check with the engine briefly this line. So according to the engine, in this position after king d8, rook dg1, queen f5. Oh, guys, we missed a move here. We missed a move here. In this position, bishop e4 is good, is great, but there's also this move here. This is cute. We sack a rook, but we take a rook and a bishop. Yes, legend. You were right. You were right the whole time. Anyway, bishop e4 is also good, according to the engine. f3, queen e3, and f2. Yeah, exactly. So we're trapping the queen. Now, let's see the difference with the king d2 move. King d2, the engine says bishop g4 is a draw, and everything else loses. So let's see. Bishop g4, we take, check, queen e3, there's queen g2 check. So this is the refutation to king d2. This is the refutation to king d2. Okay, that was tough. So I would stop here, but oh, did I already click next? Okay. Instead of stopping, and because there's 66 viewers now and we're close to the 2500, let's try to do a couple more. Bleh. But I'm too tired, so this might be not good. Okay. Never mind. Let's see. Rook e4 check. That rook is hanging, so what is white's idea? Rook g4 check, right? Okay, so take rook g4 takes. I would love to play that endgame, the two rooks versus the queen. We have time to defend c7, barely, but maybe we can find something better. Now, something better is not so easy to find. Maybe we have some checkmating ideas. Anyway, let's say the other legal move. We're hitting here and here, so what does white do? Rook back to e2, right? I think I'm gonna take it. I love the position. I love the two rooks versus the queen. And honestly, after king h5, I don't see what are we doing. Okay, I see a double threat, so yeah, let's have a look at it. So rook here, is that the only move? I guess it is. Or maybe he can defend the rook. Defend the rook. Check, king h1, check. And he has yeah, so I see two moves that are playable against king h5. A third move, f3. Oh, if he has f3, that cannot be good. Okay, and I only have those two legal moves. That makes sense. So I'm gonna take it. And now this is key. This is important moment. Do I go king h3? Do I go rook here, or do I bring the rook? This is a very important moment. How is this a clear win? Bringing the rook is something I like, but I guess king f1. Well, the rook has to come, because if I want to move this rook, this is hanging, so... But do I start with king h3? Is that too slow? King h3, king f1, rook e8, so he cannot escape, but am I really winning there? It seems. It seems so. Because all the endings, even if he gets back with the queen and takes my two rooks for the queen, all the endings are winning for black. So king h3 or rook e8. So let's say I start with with rook e8. I'm trying to understand if king h3 is necessary. Rook e8, king g2, rook e2. So maybe it's not so necessary to play king h3. Maybe it's just a slow move. So rook e8. Let's calculate. Rook e8, queen takes c7, rook e1 check, king g2, rook e2. Ah, and against the check on e7 I have g5. Yes, I have g. No, because then queen takes e7. What am I saying? Then I have to play rook f6. Yes, Bobby, that's the line I'm trying to calculate. Rook e8, queen takes e7. Rook e1 check, king g2, rook e2, queen e7 check, and I have to go rook f6, I think. I don't want to take on g4. I have to go rook f6, and I'm still threatening mate, but with my rook pinned, I'm not gonna. Oh, queen e7 is not legal. Oh man. Oh, I'm too tired, guys. I'm too tired. There's no check for him. After rook e2, I just win. Shoot. I'm too tired, guys. I shouldn't be doing more tactics. Okay, now this is the easiest, I guess. I have my confidence totally demolished now, so even the most obvious move could be a blunder now. But yeah, I think this should be the move. Also rook e7, defending the pawn. Rook e7. I don't know if the pawn is so important, because... But yeah, on the other hand, what does white have? Yeah, let's play rook e7. Okay, got it. Yeah, I was blind here. For a moment I was blind in this line. I thought he had this check. So yeah, this is mate threat. So how are we? 24.99. No. Okay, last one. Last one. Rook d4. I see a fork. I see a fork. Seems like a great fork to me. Even if we fail, yes, especially if we fail, is the last one. Especially if we fail. Oh, John, I think trading first is a problem. If we trade first, we open the C line, so after 97 there might be some rook c8 or queen c8 also. Yeah, queen c8 probably. So yeah, no, I think we have to go first. If we go for the fork, we need to do it first. Do not nuke me. I cannot believe you don't know that. Okay, 97, rook d1, knight takes b8, rook f1, I take, he takes back, and black resigns. So this is the problem. I've been doing tactics more than 1 hour and a half. So probably more than 2 hours. There you are, Pluku. Yeah, more than 2 hours. And this is the moment where my brain does not work anymore. My brain does not work anymore. So Mary Kay is saying 97. Queen d6. Knight takes f8, okay. Bishop f8. And then says something about 93 that I don't understand because there are no more knights on the board. So I don't understand your line, Mary. Are you trolling me? Knight d7, queen d6, knight f8, bishop f8, and then that 93 I don't understand. But anyway, that line is gorgeous for white, I think. Anyway, this is the part where my brain is totally damaged and I have no other idea, but the only fork I saw in the 93, what are you saying, man? So I'm gonna go for it because I cannot see anything else. I cannot see anything else. Queen d6, wow. Didn't expect. Are you using an engine, Mary? I mean, queen d6 is not very human. Okay, +2, enough, guys. Enough, we're exactly where we started. When I started the stream, I was 2501. And 2 hours later... My god. Queen d6 was human. I mean, if I'm about to lose an exchange, I rather lose rook and piece for the queen. I think this was more human. Honestly, I thought this was more human to have rook and piece for the queen. You can stop at where you were. You know what? I was thinking that, but now that you said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. So I'm gonna stop here, guys. It was funny. It was funny. I have the feeling I failed a lot tonight, but I only see 2 reds now. So okay, maybe it wasn't that terrible in the end. One more? No, not one more. I'm exhausted. I cannot think more. I've been doing the last tactics just by intuition, couldn't calculate, and this is not the way to do tactics. So okay, good. I'm done, and see you tomorrow, probably with Cuartillo. No, wait, I had one who was... Someone asked, I think it was Salah. Is Salah still here? Salah, are you still there? I think you wanted to see a game. No, I'm not gonna play, guys. I'm not gonna play. I mean, I just killed my brain. It would be totally counterproductive to play now. And in the last days, you know, I was doing simul of variants, then I was doing blindfolded. No. I think I'm actually surpassing very dangerously the limits of the health. Okay, Salah is not here, I think, so yeah, let's go. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.